In the vast interstellar halls of the Zoglox Medical Center, renowned across galaxies for its cutting-edge alien healthcare, a peculiar case caused quite the stir. A team of alien doctors with tentacles and eyes on stalks were about to meet their most challenging patient yet. Dr. Zorflein, the chief xenobiologist, squirmed excitedly as the human was brought in on a floating gurney. Observe, colleagues, the creature's remarkable redundancy. 2 eyes, 2 ears, and what's this? 2 kidneys? He exclaimed, his voice echoing through the sterile chambers. Dr. Glipglorp, the surgical specialist, adjusted his multifaceted lenses. Why, they even have an organ just for processing food? Preposterous! And what's this dangling thing? An appendix? What could this possibly be for? The team huddled, tentacles and assorted appendages flailing in confusion. Dr. Zorflax cleared his throat. It's simple, my esteemed colleagues. We must consult the ancient texts. Perhaps humanity's creators left us a manual. Dr. Zorflax proclaimed, his eyes twinkling with the thrill of discovery. They pored over ancient Earth texts, encountering strange practices. Yoga, a ritual of bending and stretching. Karaoke, a form of auditory expression. And the most perplexing of all, reality TV, a window into human behavior. Dr. Glipglorp, fascinated by these discoveries, exclaimed, "This explains the appendix. It's a backup device for storing knowledge of earthly customs. How marvelously redundant!" The team chuckled, their laughter a series of clicks and hoots echoing in the sterile room. As they prepared for surgery, the doctors debated how to approach the procedure. "We must be careful," Dr. Zorflax cautioned, "lest we inadvertently remove something essential." Imagine the embarrassment. With a mix of alien technology and good old-fashioned curiosity, they set to work. Tools whirred, lights blinked, and the human lay unconscious, blissfully unaware of the chaos surrounding them. Dr. Glipglorp deftly manipulated a laser scalpel with one tentacle while adjusting his eye stalks for a better view. "It's like untangling a ball of intergalactic yarn. How do they keep track of it all?" he muttered. Meanwhile, Dr. Zorflax was engrossed in the wonders of the human brain. Such complexity! So many neurons firing at once. It's as if they're running 1,000 simulations at once. He marveled, inadvertently tickling the patient's cerebellum, causing their leg to kick reflexively. The room erupted in a mix of alien shrieks as Dr. Glipglorp and Dr. Zorflax struggled to contain their amusement. Dr. Zorflax, tears streaming down his eye stalks, managed to gasp, This species is a marvel. We must ensure we put him back together correctly. Otherwise, we'll be the laughingstock of the galaxy." Galaxy, Dr. Zorflax repeated, trying to keep a tentacle over his mouth to stifle the giggles. Dr. Glipglorp, with a mischievous twinkle in his eyes, suggested, "What if we leave him a little surprise? Add an extra organ or two. See if they notice." "Brilliant!" Dr. Zorflax agreed. "How about a second appendix? You know, just in case they lose the first one." The team, now fully in on the joke, added a few harmless modifications. An extra toe here, a spare uvula there. Dr. Glipglorp even managed to fashion a tiny bell inside the human's elbow, which would ring whenever they bent their arm. As they closed up their patient, the doctors stood back, marveling at their handiwork. Dr. Zorflax declared, "Today, we've not only healed, but improved upon the human form. They'll be the talk of the universe." The human was wheeled out, none the wiser, and the alien doctors high-fived, or the equivalent thereof. Back on Earth, our human protagonist, Bob, started noticing a few peculiarities. His elbow rang every time he bent his arm, and he found himself with a mysterious urge to yodel at random moments. Perplexed and a tad suspicious, Bob decided to pay a visit to his local hospital. The doctors, baffled by the extra appendix and the jingling joint, concluded that Bob had been the subject of an alien medical intervention. Outraged, Bob hired the best intergalactic lawyer he could find and took the case to the newly established Universal Court of Interstellar Justice. In court, Dr. Zorflax and Dr. Glipglorp stood before a stern-faced panel of judges from various corners of the universe. Dr. Zorflax, looking rather sheepish, addressed the court. "Your Honors, we meant no harm. We believed we were enhancing the human. Our intentions were purely scientific." Dr. Glipglorp nodded vigorously. "Indeed, in our culture, an extra organ is considered a gift. We had no idea humans were so particular." The chief judge, a towering insectoid being, clicked his mandibles thoughtfully. "While ignorance is not usually a defense," he buzzed, "we recognize that your actions, though misguided, were not malicious. However, you must understand the gravity of your actions." Bob, rubbing his still ringing elbow, stood up. "Your Honors, while I appreciate the enhancements, I would prefer to remain the way I was made. I seek compensation and a guarantee that this won't happen to another human." The judges conferred and reached a decision. Dr. Zorflax and Dr. Glipglorp were ordered to attend a comprehensive course on intergalactic species anatomy and ethics. They were also to provide Bob with a device to deactivate his unintended features at will. As Bob left the courtroom, a free man from alien embellishments, he couldn't help but chuckle. After all, it's not every day you sue aliens for malpractice and win. The tale became a legendary cautionary story in medical schools across the galaxies.
Thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe for more original content. New chapters and standalone stories uploaded weekly.